Back in high school, I took a cooking class. A pretty good one, too. We made all sorts of stuff: garlic bread, stews, cookies, soups. You name it. I actually liked it a lot. It was one of the few classes where I could just do something hands-on, creative, practical. It was calm. Nobody bothered you there. No drama, just recipes. But one day, that calm didn't last. We were working on some kind of dessert. I forget exactly what it was. Something warm, sweet, and fresh out of the oven. But I ran out of time in class. Didn't finish plating before the bell rang, so the teacher told me I could come back and grab it later. So I did. I dropped by, picked it up in a little plastic-covered plate, and brought it with me to one of my later classes. I walked in holding the food, took my seat like normal, and then it started. There were these two girls in that class, never had much to say to me before. One of them looked over and asked, "Where did you get that?" I told her. I made it. Cooking class. She smiled, but it wasn't friendly. "No, you didn't," she said, half laughing. I repeated, "Yeah, I did." She nudged her friend. They both laughed. "No, you did not," the other one chimed in, like they were tag-teaming me or something. I reminded them again, I'm literally in the cooking class, and yes, I made it. But they just kept laughing like I told them I wrestled a bear on the way to school. Like it was just so unbelievable that I could have made something edible. I figured they were just being morons and tried to brush it off. Just turned back to my schoolwork, trying to stay chill. Not even 2 minutes later, I noticed movement next to me. One of the girls, without a word, walked right up to my desk, reached down, grabbed my plate of food, and started to casually walk away. Like she was entitled to it. Like it was hers. I was stunned for a second, just watching her walk off with it like it was nothing. Then it hit me. No. Absolutely not. I reached out, grabbed her by the arm, not hard, just to stop her, and asked, "What the hell are you doing? Let go of my food." She turned around and looked at me like I'd just slapped her. Big eyes, mouth slightly open, shocked. Then suddenly she flipped, got all pissed off and barked, "Let go of my arm." I told her no, again demanding she let go of my food. Her friend jumped in, now raising her voice, "Let go of her. You can't touch her." Back and forth it went. Me standing my ground, them yelling louder and louder, drawing attention. I wasn't about to just let someone steal from me and walk away like nothing happened. Eventually, she yanked her arm out of my grip and stomped off to the back of the class with her friend. By the time I caught up, they were already peeling off the plastic, setting the plate down between them. And then they just started eating it. Right there. Like it was a snack tray at a party. Phones in one hand, forks in the other, scrolling Instagram or whatever while they stuffed their faces with my food. I told them again, "Give it back." They didn't even look at me. "Shut up. Go away." That's when I decided, fine. I walked up, snatched the plate away from them mid-bite. They tried to snatch it back, but I ripped off the rest of the plastic and walked straight to the trash. Didn't say a word. Just turned it upside down and dumped the whole thing in. Food gone. Problem solved. Then I took the empty plate and went back to the cooking class to return it. And when I got back, they were just sitting there. Heads down, acting like nothing happened. Like they didn't just steal from me, yell at me, try to humiliate me in front of the whole class. No apology. No remorse. No guilt. Just smug silence. And I snapped. I walked right up to them, the first girl on the left, and I spit right in her face. Right between her eyes. And before she could even react, I turned and spit on the second girl too. No words, no screaming. Just spit in silence. They lost their minds. Exploded. Screaming every curse they could think of, calling me a psycho, disgusting, immature, all of it. But I I just sat down. Calmly. Opened my workbook. Started doing problems like none of it happened. Just like they had done. It was my turn to be nonchalant. They stormed out, went straight to the principal's office. And yeah, eventually I got called in too. We all sat there, Amy, the two girls, the principal. They tried to play the victims. Said I assaulted them. Said I made them feel unsafe. Cried about how gross it was, how humiliating it was to be spit on. And to be fair, yeah, I did spit on them. I own that. But when it came time to talk about what they did, all they got was a stern talking to. A don't take things that aren't yours speech. Like they were 5-year-olds who broke a lamp. But me? I got a 2-day suspension. Why? For spitting on them, and for grabbing a girl by the arm. And then the principal started in with this nonsense about how grabbing her by the arm could have traumatized her. That girls experience a lot of that sort of thing in the real world. That I should have known better. So I asked her, as calmly as I could, if she doesn't want to be traumatized by being grabbed, why does she think it's okay to steal stuff off people's desks? Does she expect 0 consequences for acting like a thief? She gave me that look, the one adults give you when you've said something they can't argue with, but won't admit you're right. So I pushed it. Are you seriously telling me this makes sense to you? I asked. Or are you just retarded with your logic? Yep. That did it. Boom. 2-day suspension became 4. I didn't even flinch. My parents picked me up that afternoon. They were disappointed, obviously. They always are when they get a call from the school. But on the drive home, I wasn't upset. I wasn't ashamed. I was satisfied. Not proud, not exactly. But satisfied. Because even though I got punished, they didn't win. They tried to steal something from me, literally, and then paint me as the villain. They thought they'd get away with it, thought I'd just sit there quietly like some pushover while they laughed in my face and took what was mine. But I didn't. I stood up. I made a scene. I made them remember that day. I made sure they couldn't just erase what they did behind a couple of phony smiles. And yeah, maybe I crossed a line. Maybe I shouldn't have spit. But in that moment, it felt like the only way to flip the script. To make them feel just a fraction of what they tried to make me feel. No teacher, no principal, no adult in that school ever gave a damn when you were a quiet kid getting pushed around. But the moment you push back, suddenly you're the problem. That's the lesson I learned that day. Sometimes doing the right thing doesn't look polite. Sometimes standing up for yourself doesn't come with applause. But that doesn't mean you let people walk all over you. So yeah, maybe I got suspended. But they never touched my food again. And I'll take that over fake apologies any day.